Hey guys, what is up? It is Tyler coming at you with another video. Also, this is going to be the first of another series that I don't have a name for yet, but this is not going to be a normally scheduled series. It's basically going to be whenever I want to do it or I have something to do it on. Now, I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but it is going to be a lot longer if I wouldn't have edited anything or if I would have had a ton of stuff that I could have put in this video that you're going to see above, but I don't have that kind of time or enough video to show you guys. So yesterday, I was playing Clash Royale, and you know how frustrating that Clash Royale can be. So it got me thinking about things that just flat out piss me off. The first thing that I thought of were annually made video games. Now, annually made video games, what I mean are games like FIFA, 2K, Madden, or any really sports games that are gonna give you the same thing every year without many changes. So, games like Call of Duty, I can't think of any other annually made games that are made by multiple developers, but as long as it's made by different developers, but it's still made every year, so the game's not exactly the same, they won't really be applied into what I'm talking about. The main thing that pisses me off about most of these games is that they're made obviously for us. They don't make the games for somebody else. These games are made for the consumers, the people that buy the game. We have to go and buy these games every year for $60. Now, from year to year, these games may not change. So we're buying $60 a year for the exact same thing that we had last year. And you can even get upgraded things for these, like getting a Michael Jordan backstory in 2K, but you might have to pay extra for it. You could pay maybe $40 extra, up to at least. So $100 for for you to be Michael Jordan? Like, yeah, that's every kid's dream, but to hash out that kind of cash for just last year's edition, but you're Michael Jordan now, it's really just DLC you don't need. So this year you can really have a free pass to FIFA since it's not the same as 13 to 14, 14 to 15, but 15 to 16 it added a new feature called Foot Draft, and that's basically all you see on YouTube nowadays. But NBA 2K deserves no free passes whatsoever. Speaking for many people on my behalf, I only play 2K because of my player, because every kid's dream of playing 2K is become the very best that you can possibly be. You want to be up with the legends like Michael Jordan and every single one. I don't have time to name every single NBA player that has been a legend in this game. Uh, Whatever they choose to call it from year to year is either my player or my career. But sure, they give you new combinations like the 1,500 new tattoos they made in 2K16. Who doesn't want that? Maybe even some changes in some of the controls just to spice it up a little bit. And they didn't really add any new features to the most popular game modes, but they added in new storylines, like an overhyped high school and college roles in my career in 2K16. But in 2K15, they had very awkward and dumb cutscenes. They had lower tier players like Robin Goddamn Lopez, for some reason, trying to be your mentor to the new team as you're a rookie incoming from college. And why not have, Damian Lillard, the star, or whoever the star is of that team, try to bring you in free agency, be your mentor, show you the ropes, and all things like that. And after the game, sometimes you'll have all these stupid cutscenes, and then you'll go to practice. Excuse me, Allen Iverson, but practice? We're talking about practice right now. I don't even get it either. So you can ball out of control in practice also. You can have 20 of the 25 points or however many you need in to do it to beat the other team, or at least until the time runs out. You can still get bitched at by this coach. And here's a spoiler, he's not actually your coach. You could have Doc Rivers be your coach. You could have Frank Vogel be your coach. You can even have Phil Jackson be your coach if you really want to. I'm not really sure if that's possible, but he's not actually the coach. He's just some computer-generated face that yells at you and says coach under his name, but he's not actually the coach. He shows you through practice. He screams at you if you do, even though you do well, saying that you didn't bring your A game, which doesn't make any sense at all. Can you see why Allen Iverson might have been pissed that day? Maybe it was some computer generated guy just screaming at him that wasn't actually the coach, trying to pretend that he was. So, from 2K14 to 2K15, you basically bought a $60 draft class that just didn't look like a computer generated face, but it was actually their face. Not to mention that you still missed goddamn dunks. Can I get a 2K game where I don't miss a dunk? Now, sure, 2K16 gave you high school and college games that you could play, which everybody was so hyped for and so excited for, me included. But then I have to ask, how many games of each did you get to play? How many teams did you get to pick from to go to high school, to college? And did you actually get to pick your favorite college team? Before we get into that, why does NBA 2K16 name picking option suddenly turn into South Park The Stick of Truth, where you pick your name, you customize your hair, you might even give some tats that you just got in this game, but when you pick your name, regardless of what you look like or where you say you're from, your name is Frequency Vibrations from a black family in Harlem. Fucking Frequency Vibrations. Listen to that just for a second and think that that is somebody's name in this world. Now, backing up a sec, I'm not coming off as racist here. I'm not racist at all, but I'm 100% not black, and my character is 100% not black. But he's from a black family. Obviously he could be adopted. I'm not saying that, but if you can change the skin color of the coach in 2K15, can you not just do it for the family in 2K16 to make it at least? I'm not gonna say normal because that feels like really bad to say, but it just doesn't make any sense to change everything that you have set in stone, and then it just doesn't make any sense to me. But and enough with the 3 to 4 voice options that make me sound like a goddamn wannabe rapper. I want to sound at least a little bit like me, and none of these voices are even close to me, and they use slang terms that I've never even tried to use before. Back onto the recruitment stage in college in 2K16, Kansas, you know Kansas, it's kind of where the birthplace of basketball happened. So their recruitment, they try to hit you with the big names that have came to Kansas over the years. Now, you might be asking yourself, who did they try to get me to come there? Wilt Chamberlain? Yeah, that's a great name. Now, who else you got? Kirk Heinrich. Are you kidding me? You couldn't find a better one than that. Wow. Now, going back to the high school and college games, there are only 3 games that you can play in high school with 2-minute quarters. That is way not even close to what you want to be able to play. Cool, you get approached by college teams after every other game, but NCAA football games did this so much better a couple years ago, and they have all 347 Division I teams. Now, why can you only have 10? In 1998, March Madness games had 347, but a game in 2016 only has 10. Sure, they might be the most popular, and it would make more sense to do the ones that would actually make sense to put into a game, but I'd love to see the stat of the people that actually got to pick their favorite teams. 10 out of 347 is not a good amount to have. And when you get into college, you only get to play 4 games with 5-minute halves, and that's, again, not enough to what you could do. Another rage point I have is no matter what team you get drafted to, that player that was drafted actually in the game is still there. So in 2K16, if I was drafted to the Suns, they would get me and Devin Booker. That's some bullshit. They get both those picks. It doesn't make any sense. And after every 8 games of 2K16 in your rookie year, you go to the cutscenes that have absolutely nothing to do with basketball. Spoiler alert, the most fucked up thing, your best friend dies in a car accident. So yeah, is this still rated E for everyone? Wow, it feels good to get all this rage out. But the thing is with these games, why can't we just make an NBA 2K or a FIFA without a year added to it so they can make updates, not DLC, to add these new players like a rookie class, or if they have to have trades, which they already do, and I can get more than 3 to 5 years out of a career played before the next game comes out. Can we get also a high school and a college experience without ridiculous cutscenes? And I buy these games for one reason: to play them, not to watch my player walk and talk to people when their audio isn't even synced correctly. I just want to play the damn game. Whew. Well, that was a little harder than expected, and I had to cut out a lot of things that I didn't want to. But guys, don't forget to Hulk smash that like button, leave a comment on what you want me to rage about next, and to subscribe to more videos like this one. And until then, I'm still Tyler. I'll see you next time, and remember, clash on.